Well, what can I say? Out of the few exclusive clips and relatively small hype around the new season of Dead End, I couldn't have even expected that it would completely break me. Now, I need a therapist. But before we dive into the breakdown, please subscribe to the channel to help it grow. I really appreciate it. Now, to the season. And oh boy, what do I even start with? Before someone floods my comment section, which I'm not against of by any chance, I will make a separate video about Gord and everything you learned about him in the new season. Today though, I want to talk about the main parts, characters and plot elements, including the two shocking plot twists in Season 2 Episode 9, but we'll come to that. First, I wanna specifically mention the representation in this show. If in last season we had a few relationships in progress, here we have valuable lessons. In Season 2 Episode 5, when Norma confesses to Badia, she says that she is straight, even though she may like Norma. This shows that relationships can either work or not, but you shouldn't cry about them. It's life, so you just move on. Something that Norma wasn't able to do in the next two episodes, basically. Talking about Witch, in Season 2 Episode 7, she's coming out to both accept the fact that she's bi and tell about this to her mom, after speaking to Logs, who gives her some advice, as well based on his personal experiences. Though if we go over to Netflix, we can see that the rating has higher up from being TVY7 to 16 plus, and I'm like 90% sure it's because of these episodes, as I've never seen any cartoon for kids openly talking about representation in a way of out loud revealing characters' orientation. But it's a good thing since it can inspire younger audiences to do their own coming out to their parents or friends, or encourage other shows to do a similar thing. With the creator being queer himself, this makes the representation in that end just perfect. Though I'm sure that lowers the possibility of Season 3, as it's likely unwanted by Netflix or any other service like Disney. Returning to the plot aspect of the show, in his recent interview, Hamish Steele has noted that the second season will have two episodes that occur at the same time, but follow the stories of different characters. These are episodes 7 and 8. They are basically preparing us for the big season finale, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. But first, can I just appreciate the voice acting in this show? With the inclusion of Bill Farmer, who I mainly know for the voice of Hop Pop on Amphibia. Like seriously, the casting on this show is amazing, and whoever was responsible for it, my credit goes to you. So as for the ending of episode 8, that throws us into the grand finale. Fingers finally revealed himself as an evil guy who just needs Pugsley, for the unimaginable reason at that time, but through the season we were getting more and more glimpses of angels, whose horns seem to weirdly resemble Courtney, and that's not a coincidence as Courtney and others of her species turned out to be fallen angels. And while the lack of memory is clearly because of broken horns, or whatever these are called, I still don't really understand why they are colored all differently from normal angels. Also, how do they become fallen? Are they born like that, or can some kind of incident occur? Speaking of normal, they speak and behave like robots, which basically symbolizes the strict order set by their ruler. They almost have no personality, and the only person who really matters is the Watcher. Here's where we come to our second plot twist, which is the Watcher being Pugsley. Some people might have found their voices similar, but not me, I guess. Honestly, I never thought that this show is gonna have some shocking revelations, plot twists, and open topics of representation. When I started the first season back in summer, I started getting the vibe only by the middle of the season, and immediately there were so many things to hold after. Gord, these angels, of course relationships, and I think that such shows should be remembered for years, if not decades. So, Netflix, please renew this show. I doubt my hopes would be heard, but everything we can do is spread awareness. So go watch this show if you haven't already. You're losing a wonderful experience. So, the season ends with closing all the questions about Pugsley, his past, future, all relationships, character developments, yet ends on another plot twist slash cliffhanger, with Pugsley being somewhat alive in a place that immediately reminded me the in-between place to which Barney and Norma got when their bodies were being possessed. And as Courtney said, your soul is in this place when you're certain not alive, but not dead either. So that's not necessarily being possessed. And if someone has questions on Norma going to take revenge on angels, I think that this is where the war that the Watcher was talking about begins. As we remember, it was demons who rebelled first, so that exactly matches up. However, now, instead of going through the Watcher's timeline, everyone will have their own experience. So if we get more episodes, then I'm certain that the series finale will be this battle on the neutral plane, aka the theme park. But our team will probably find a good solution to this problem. But what do you think? Will we get more episodes? Will Gord become even more plot relevant? What direction will the timeline go? Let me know in the comments. Huge shoutouts to Eggy for not really sponsoring the channel, but me personally, in the form of Discord Nitro. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel to help it grow and make the videos come out faster. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.